all right, do you guys know like what Skinwalkers are?
I'm aware that they exist. I couldn't give you a definition of what they are.
Right. It's like a humanoid figure can transform into like.
Yeah.
Is it just humans or like whatever the hell it wants?
So the idea.
Wants. Like,
So
you can like. I'm pretty sure like I've seen videos of like it like turning into dogs and shit.
Yeah, you're on the right track. So I want to preface the whole thing with this is like a sensitive topic to talk about just because of its like connection with Navajo culture. But essentially, basically,
Oh, you mean like Wendigos?
Yeah. Essentially, it all stems from like Wendigos and like the Navajo culture on that side. So like, it's just, I've looked online and they say it's like sensitive to talk about just because like the Navajo don't like sharing it with people. It's supposed to be something like kind of kept.
I've also
it
heard
kind of
that.
speaks to like how, like,
Dude,
and, like,
I've heard that you're not supposed to talk
real,
about
like it
them.
could be.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So I did want to put that disclaimer on there that we're not trying to disrespect anybody who's Navajo of nature or anything like that. Please.
Yeah, no, I've heard especially like
Yeah.
there's something else in like Alaska too. Like you don't talk about them.
Yeah.
Like you.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
not spoken.
I have a
of.
feeling like
Do not talk
is it like
about
a
them.
Skinwalker like offshoot kind of like
Maybe
kind of like that?
I don't know. They have like brooms on the top of their like door frames.
Yeah.
Like it's for a very specific reason, which I don't know why, but there's a very specific reason why, and it's like you don't talk about.
God,
that.
dude, that's
it's so creepy.
All right. Well, so all right. Anyways, basically the Navajo have kind of helmed this idea that someone who's like a priest or like someone in power of like a community, if they end up murdering someone, essentially that kind of like the idea is they become like a witch almost, and they unlock the ability to shapeshift into like different creatures.
Whoa.
And they become like an evil entity, and they have like all these powers. And it's kind of crazy when you really think into it.
What do you mean about like a priest? Like, do you mean like in all cultures, or do you mean like some sort of?
So I think this is more for like Navajo like villages and
Okay.
stuff like that. That's like their kind of like
So just someone
definition
of
of
high
like
spiritual power.
yeah,
Not the
essentially.
chief,
The
but
spiritual
someone for- maybe
leader
the
of
chief,
the-
but
of
someone
the
they just look to
tribe.
for like.
Essentially, yeah, someone that's very in touch with their like spirituality.
I wouldn't know how to word it, but I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think it's insane too, because like we really don't know like what they really experienced back in the day before like any technology and all that was around.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
Most
like
we
this is
probably
all just
have,
passed
like,
down knowledge.
Drawings or some shit.
Yeah.
but,
So it's up in the air if this is like necessarily them kind of coming up with ideas to keep their kids in line to stop them from running into the woods in the middle of the night. You know, it's like how do you keep like a good like watch on your kids like back then? You know what I mean? Like now you got Life 360 and all this
Yeah,
stuff,
Life
or like easy
360
communication.
without
Yeah.
having technology.
Yeah. But back then it was like Johnny or
And again, man,
Johnny Longhorn runs off in the woods and all of a sudden you
Yeah.
never see him again. It's like
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, there's always truth in stories.
yeah.
No matter how
It's gotta be an
small
aspect
truth
of
it
it.
is,
Yeah.
Like
someone experienced something
Whether it was intentionally that like
that
Yeah.
this story stemmed from.
yeah.
And it's like, we should probably tell people
Yeah.
about that.
It's some wild stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. Something big that just happened was they just like enhanced that really old video of Bigfoot somebody took.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Did you see something about that? Like the
Yeah.
90s, 80s,
It's crazy.
and they enhanced it, and it's not human. It's not like
It doesn't look normal. Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah. That's definitely something to think about for sure.
Yeah.
It's some crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so, and if you don't know in the audience, the Navajo are kind of like more of a southwestern, like what you were saying earlier.
Mhm.
They're, it's a lot like the Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico area.
Mhm.
That's where a lot of these sightings are. But essentially the idea is that, yeah, there are like things or people that are turning into different shapes and animals,
Mhm.
and they're like very evil spirits. That's the Navajo definition, essentially. But for what we would know of, like it as is like you see like a deer or something, and all of a sudden like it walks behind a tree and like a bird flies out
Yeah,
instead.
and you're
There was never a deer there, and it's like, what was that?
Where'd that deer go?
Yeah. And then I actually have a list of some of the characteristics that I can get into real quick. Let me pull that up. So the abilities that they list online are they can shapeshift into animals like we covered. They possess malevolent intentions. So they're like, as you were saying too, like evil spirits
Mm.
doing some scary stuff. They're known for mimicking human voices, which I can get into later with my own personal experience.
We've got a couple.
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah. Yep. And then they're said to have glowing eyes. Like you look into the woods and you see like,
Dude, that's creepy.
which I mean you can see sometimes just off of like some kind of nocturnal animals. You
Yeah.
can see their eyes kind of do that, but
we've got a story.
But when
This
it's
is
7
like what
feet
we're
up in the
talking about.
air,
Right,
you know,
yeah,
then it might be
yeah.
a little something else.
exactly. And then, kind of like I was talking about with the cultural significance. So it's considered tabooed and feared with Navajo culture. So like that's huge, as I was saying earlier. They're often viewed as symbols of evil and malice, and it involves complex rituals and beliefs within Navajo spirituality.
And that fear carries like to this day.
Yeah. Like this is like why it's like so serious that like it's kind of like taboo for us to even speak on it, because it's like
right.
Yeah, this is like serious stuff to them.
Tradition a lot more seriously.
Oh, 100%.
More seriously than Western culture.
Anyone else.
Yeah, it's messed up. Encounters and sightings. So numerous accounts of encounters, primarily within Navajo communities. That's where it's like been the biggest, which is crazy because we hear stuff all the time online about like other people seeing this stuff in like Alaska.
Yeah,
or you hear about it in Maine. It's crazy.
I mean, like they're there. Like it's I would say it's more rare that someone somewhere else would encounter it. Although I've heard that it's pretty prevalent in like our area too, like Minnesota, Wisconsin, because of the Wendigo,
especially the Wendigo stuff, which we can get into the Wendigo stuff too. I kind of want to like group those together for this. Wendigo is essentially the idea between Wendigos and versus like Skinwalkers is to become like a Wendigo, you'd have to like cannibalize before you die. So it's like in a situation of like great like fear. Like you were like forced to eat someone, or you willingly chose to eat someone to save your life, and then you die. And then in that moment, that's where the transformation becomes to where like you become a Wendigo, and essentially you can't really die.
I was gonna say, so
slowly,
it's like a spirit almost.
Yeah, you like slowly shrivel up, and then the only thing you can do to satiate your like pain is just to eat more people.
That's crazy.
It's scary stuff, dude.
Yeah.
That Wendigo shit.
Yeah, that's
like,
wild.
I'm like, that's terrifying just to think of the idea of like you being on like a camping trip with your friends, and all of a sudden like you hear like cracking of branches in the woods.
No, that's crazy.
And you like
the classic scream for
dude.
Like, the screech, like not human, like way different pitch.
It's like the blood curdling, like screaming.
Yeah.
But, like,
you're like
past
you're like
I'm just like imagine it's like 3:42 in the morning, and you hear like the pitter patter of like little water drops hitting the tent. And all of a sudden, you hear like the loudest like branch break from like all the way to the right, and then all of a sudden you hear like 3 more branches break on the left, and like almost instantly, like there's no way it could have like gone from there to there that fast. And you open.
I'm just sleeping. Whatever happens, happens.
There's like this crazy part of me that I guess now kind of wants it to happen.
Yeah, just to see like is this like
well, Micah knows this too. I'm like insane with this horror movie stuff.
I'll
stand for this.
No, I know what you mean.
He's such
I love horror, bro.
I hate horror stuff.
Oh, dude, I love
like,
it.
I hate it because like either it's stupid or it gets into my head way too much, and I'm like,
I'm just like, I want it to prove me wrong, bro.
No.
Did you see Terrifier 2?
I do not want it to prove me wrong.
So
like that,
bro. So
that movie is terrible.
He's straight like. The part
in the
where
bad
like,
way,
he's
I mean,
ripping that chick.
Yeah.
Dude, he went on a date to see that movie.
I thought it would at least cut away.
Wait, you went on a date to that movie?
Yeah.
Dude,
that was the crazy part.
Bro, and the girl in question, she's into horror movies too.
Bro, that's
like she was like laughing. And I'm like, bro, that's terrifying. You guys are weird.
Yeah, that's wild.
It just started. I'm like, hey, like this movie looks fucking freaky.
Yeah.
Like,
you're like, yeah, let's go see it.
And she's like, yeah, I love that shit. I'm like, you want to go see it? Like, yeah. I'm like, okay,
bro.
Well, I'm going anyway. Like, I really want to see it because,
he
thinks it's sick, but like,
it's so disgusting.
I love it.
They're kind of like cool though.
That scene where he's just like tearing up that shit. I thought it would like,
end,
or like at
but
least
just
cut
keeps
away
going.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Nah,
like 5 straight minutes.
No, they knew what they were doing when they were recording.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
He walks out the door.
Yeah.
It's over, comes back with like salt. Yeah, whatever.
Comes back with salt. I was
Anyway,
like, you're still watching the movie.
So I love that like scary movie stuff.
Yeah.
I love imagining like.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe just kind of being in some of those certain situations, just like.
Yeah, that's kind of like how I like see those movies.
I'm sure in the
moment.
What
would I do? If this was going on?
I'm sure in the moment I'd feel differently, but.
Bro, you would definitely feel differently.
Probably
bro.
But like it's something that gets your heart going.
Yeah.
Like the sick reason people cave dive.
Yeah.
Like it just gets your adrenaline going. You know what I mean? I love that.
I'm just saying though, like imagine like you get out of the tent, right? And something with like long extruded like arms is just slowly like creeping its way towards you, and there's nothing you can really do with
You
this.
just gotta know you're cooked. Like
yeah,
you're not getting.
You
out
can't
of
run out. You have no
You're
time to run out of the
bro.
tent.
No,
That's it.
No,
It's
you're
like-
not getting out of that.
Bro, I'd much rather have a bear come up to the tent than that shit.
100%.
Even if it
Yeah.
runs away, I don't
And
care.
it's like
Especially
humanoid
a black
looking.
bear.
Yeah,
Bitches,
bro.
You can scare them away,
Yeah.
but like.
Bro, I'm
no.
squaring up.
That's the part that like messes me up is that it's like humanoid looking though. It's like
Oh, dude, that's the most terrifying.
it's like it's
Imagine
not like
it's-
animal. It's like
Right.
It's
But
like
imagine
a
it's there in a
mix.
different shape too.
Yeah.
Like some disfigured like combination of something. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
human and a bear or like some shit.
Yeah,
just-
which is like the whole thing with the Skinwalkers
Yeah.
too, is because
Yeah.
it's like they
Well-
can shape shift into these different things, and you can see them like in their transition.
Yeah,
and it's
dude,
like-
and that's what's creepy is like our bodies. That's one thing that convinces me about this is our bodies literally have a built-in mechanism
Yeah.
for us to understand that something is not human when we
Yeah.
look at it.
It's
like
so fun.
everyone gets that weird ass feeling when you're looking at something and you're like, dude, that's not real.
and it's almost like you feel like a silence around you, kind of.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it's like all of a sudden,
everything
all
else
the
gets
background
quiet.
noise is just like
Oh.
it's like all you can focus on is just that.
And you just hear
Crazy.
that little buzz. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
You're
dude.
laser focused.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, shit. Did we want to get into the stories then?
Yeah, let's get into the stories.
All right. Yeah, let's run the story segment. So I'll start off with mine because mine's like a little bit shorter. But back in fall, I was going on like a jog, and like you guys know how like the wreck at night, how it's kind of like eerie a little bit.
Yeah.
So I
kind of
was,
feeling I kind of like.
yeah, dude.
It's like I almost kind of
Yeah.
like it. Like just being out there at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like a big thunderstorm out, like
Bro.
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, it was like super like dark clouds, and it was already like 9:30 p.m. by this point, and there's like light rain going, and I'm on that stretch of the sidewalk that goes past the baseball fields, like you know where it's like you wrap around that corner from the hill and it like kind of goes down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm running back there, and it is just like silence, and it's like so dark you can barely see anything.
Mhm.
And I've already been running for 25 minutes at this point, and all of a sudden I just got like a feeling like something was like watching me or something. And I have my earbuds in with noise cancellation. I can't hear anything. But all of a sudden I hear like a loud like a help me, like loud as fuck. And I swear to God, it sounded like someone I knew. I just couldn't put like my finger on who. But like I was like, no, like I'm tripping. Like there's no way that actually happened. But I'm listening to like just instrumental shit. Like it's not like there's any lyrics in my song too. So I'm like, I pull out the earbud and I kind of like just pause where I am and I look around a little bit.
Mhm.
And I don't see or hear anything. And then all of a sudden I hear like a couple branches like break out in the distance. And I'm like, like I felt like my heart drop almost. They felt like too close.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I heard again, it was like, help. And it sounded different than like a female. Like it sounded like more of like a, like, you know, when you can like hear a voice, but there's like a voice behind it.
yeah.
Yeah. It was like,
It's layered almost.
yes. It was like attempting to
Run.
sound like help, but it came out as like help. And it's
Oh,
like,
nah, bro.
I sprinted. I took off sprinting, bro. I swear to God, like when I tell you,
too.
like I'm not too
Yeah,
far.
we know you would have.
Yeah.
We know you would have.
yeah.
Like I'm not too far from like the wreck from where the house is like right now. So like it wasn't too far that I had left to like run, but when I tell you like, dude, when I got like through the front door, like I swear I fucked up my right knee because of like how hard I was
hard,
running.
yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
It, like
Pushing your
adrenaline
foot
just
in the
kicks.
ground.
All I could
Like-
hear, yeah, I didn't even take time to put my earbud back in. Like I just like put it in my pocket, and I like the whole time all I could hear was just like just my heartbeat like just fucking going crazy.
Fuck, dude.
And like that's like what really messed me up with like the Skinwalker stuff, because I'm like, that does not make sense for anything to say help me when like that's like all woods back there.
Yeah.
Like you know where I'm talking about, right? Like on the opposite side of the fields, where it's like
Yeah.
it's just woods, and then there's houses like way down
Right.
from there.
Is it
but
the
it's
one where
like,
the path comes through? it, or
yeah,
is it
yeah,
just
like where they
the-
converge, like
Dude,
you know,
we used to walk through there.
Yep.
yeah, like you know if
The
you were
cops
to,
came out there one time.
yeah.
Were you there? Dude, we were
That was
this close.
You and me and Evan. That was hilarious.
But
we were
no way.
smoking on
Anyway,
the
yeah,
we were
okay.
smoking on the
But
baseball
yeah.
fields.
Yeah, it's that part where you like cross the bridge, and like if you could turn right to keep going down that way, or you
Bridge
could
over the
like
creek?
yeah, and you could keep
Yeah.
going straight to like go towards the baseball fields, and then right to go down like to the other side of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of was.
Okay.
I'm like,
That'd be
dude.
so creepy too.
Yeah, and running
I
over the
feel like
bridge.
enclosed in that.
Yeah, because I
spot.
hadn't even I hadn't even reached the bridge yet. So like when I ran over like when I was going over the bridge, I just felt like something was just gonna grab my like the side of my leg. I was like,
bro.
dude.
At least we had like, just it was kind of like clear. It's like
It was kind of clear.
right, like
mean, we had
other
to-
than where it was coming.
We had to
from.
run up the hill though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
We're
like,
talking about like you're just kind of enclosed.
yeah,
by those
yeah.
Uh,
I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, it was honestly one of the most terrifying like experiences I think I've ever had. It was, yeah.
that's
Oh.
terrifying.
One of you guys can go next, but I'm just like, fuck.
Well,
just
we-
even talking about it.
We
right
have a
now.
shared story, but I wonder, do you know a lot about it or should I tell it?
Go for it. I'll add anything you miss.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll be
Alright.
able to remember it.
So we were going.
Part of it. You weren't there for the last part. Bro booked it. But
Oh yeah,
anyways.
no, I booked it. I knew something was up.
All right.
So like with me being like very aware about like all like the really fucked up shit, you know,
And
Yeah.
not enticed by it. Like,
not enticed by it.
Yeah, you're
in
like,
the
all right, I'm not
slightest.
entertaining it.
I'm
Right.
very keen about what's weird and what's not. Cause like if something's like not weird, but just like it just like happens, like what the fuck was that? I'm like, it was nothing.
You're like, all right,
But if
just write it
something
off.
weird happens and like I start feeling off about it, I'm like, no, I'm good. So we were in Fargo at the time. I think this was our second year there.
second year.
So there's a state park that goes in between Minnesota and North Dakota. Is that the Red River? I think it's the Red River State Park.
It could be.
So why that's important is because there's a long bridge that goes across the river.
Okay.
And I was doing a project there because I was doing architecture at the time.
Yeah.
So I was drawing this bridge and then like the forest and like the nature and all that shit. And I was like, dude, that'd be a really cool spot to go smoke. So we walked from our apartment all the way through downtown, and there's a large incline that goes down before you get into the park.
Yeah.
So we're walking down, and like the street was fine, like there's nothing off about it, but like I was kind of just like, I don't know how I feel about this. And we were walking down, and I kept hearing shit behind me. And it sounded like rustling, but it's open. There's no trees.
Yeah.
It just sounds like there's something running in the grass.
Oh, dude.
And I heard it the first time, and I was like, whatever, keep going. I'm
Yeah.
just being paranoid.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just being paranoid. Heard it a second time, I was like, you're just being paranoid. Shut up. You're being paranoid. We're walking down. Third time it happens, I go, okay. Because there was a fire hydrant on the way down. And I stopped at the fire hydrant. And I looked to Gabe and I go, have you been hearing that behind us? And he goes, dude, okay, I thought that was just me, but yeah, I have. And I'm like, no, dude, that's weird.
No, that's
I was
fucked.
paying it no mind, just kind of thinking it was like a homeless
Yeah,
guy.
you're like, all right, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
No problem in Fargo.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
small town to small state. Wouldn't think it is, but
no,
Yeah, a
there's
lot of
I
homeless
almost got
people.
stabbed my
Oh my
first
God,
day
that's
there.
crazy.
First day there, that's a crazy story.
But I keep going.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
so we're walking down this path, and I was like, you know what, Gabe, did you hear that? And he's like, dude, I've been hearing that this entire time. I was like, all right, something's up. This is weird. Because I've been listening to Skinwalker shit on like TikTok.
Yeah, so you're kind of on edge already
So
a
I'm
little
kinda
bit.
already on edge.
Yeah,
And across the park, across the river, I see this light turn on.
All right, so this is to the right of us now, not in front of
Yeah,
us
yeah.
anymore. This
It's not-
is like
yeah.
It's
off into the woods.
we're
the
walking
only
down.
spot where
It's
there's
Yeah.
it's to the left, and it's only where the woods are, and it's
Yeah.
across the river.
Oh,
The
dude.
light turns on in the middle of
What?
the woods, dude.
Nah,
In
that's
the middle
crazy.
of the woods.
It's like really faint. It's like a flashlight, but not like the bright white.
No,
It's
no,
like
no,
an
no.
old dim,
Old dim
yellow,
light.
but smaller.
Just in the center of the woods. There's
Center
looks to
of
be
the
no
woods.
buildings around it or
Dude,
anything.
I walked through the park the day
Dude.
before. There's nothing over there.
Nah, okay.
Light
okay.
turns on, and it immediately turns to us. No shot they saw us because there's no lights on.
Yeah.
It immediately turns to us, and it looks like someone's running with it.
Oh, fuck.
For like 3 seconds,
Yeah.
it fucking turns off, dude.
yeah.
It
As you can
turns
tell,
off.
it's
No,
running
dude.
towards you.
Dude, as you can, and it's fast. It's
Nah.
fast. Dude,
That's dude.
dude, it turns off, and when I tell you 2 seconds later it turns on, and it's already at the river
Shut
a
up.
quarter mile away.
No. How?
A quarter mile. I was like, that's not even a fucking dude on a bicycle.
Yeah. Nah, you
And it's
can't go
heading
that fast. You
straight
can't move
towards
that
us.
fast. Yeah.
The bridge is like, I don't know, couple 100 feet away from where it was running in the direction of.
Yeah, not even a full football field.
and that whole time it's
Dude.
making the motion of like a running like
Dude,
Yeah.
with the
when
light.
it turns back on, because it turned off.
Oh,
it turned
dude.
off, and I was like,
You could
"Dude,
just hear
that's weird."
shuffling?
Dude, and it turned back on, and it's a quarter mile closer.
Yeah,
and
that's-
it's not heading to the direction of the bridge, which most people would know where the bridge is.
Yeah.
It's not heading there. That bitch was gonna run over the water.
yeah.
I immediately turned my ass around because we heard hey.
Yep, I was just gonna say, not to put a hat on a hat, but
Yeah.
that was in there too. You
Dude.
could
Yeah.
so
The voice?
faintly hear.
Because that's when I stopped. I heard
That's the part that makes me lose it. Is
Dude.
like
it
when
was
it becomes
either hey or
vocal.
help. It was.
it was
something.
either hey or help. It was just hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Like-
That's
Hey.
But not like it did not change pitch.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
Hey,
Dude.
I'm trying to get your attention.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
It was monotone and it stayed the same pitch. Just,
that's crazy.
it was
hey.
weird.
Just trying to bait you, dude.
Dude, and I immediately turned around and I started booking
So
it.
he books it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of just I hesitate because like we've been over. I kind of get interested in this
Yeah.
shit. Even in the moment, I'm sitting here. I'm like, I just want to chalk it up to something else. Like maybe like a homeless guy or something.
you're like, okay,
right?
yeah, this
late
is
night
something weird.
jogger, but like, why the fuck are they yelling at us?
Yeah.
no.
So I'm like, that can't actually be like somebody is
Nah.
full sprinting towards us, like Usain Bolt sprinting towards
Dude,
us.
Surely
it was,
not,
It
yeah.
was fast as
And I stay there and I look at it because he's super sure of what he's seeing, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of
I keep telling them, dude.
Kinda
I'm like,
iffy.
I'm like, dude,
And I'm
that
looking,
is
I'm
not
like-
normal.
You're like, relax. Like,
I'm like,
can't be
there's
that
no
real.
way, right? Like, that's extra. There's no
Yeah.
way there's that much to it. And I'm staring, and I hear it again getting a little louder, and then I
dude.
fully understand that it is
dude,
like this.
It's
just
like
arms
this.
This is like
arms.
making me
It's
on
like
like
this.
edge just
Moving.
thinking about it, because it's like the idea that like something is like moving man, like made kind of
Dude,
like,
it was creepy as fuck.
because like what animal would have a light? You know what I mean?
None of them.
But for it to move that fast, it would have to be like some kind of animal. So it's like
It would have to
this
be.
cross between like something that like
It would have to be.
Right. And if you're a skeptic, you can just say, oh, probably some like bomb, whatever. But it
Yeah.
was,
Dude, that bum is running a 3 flat 40.
yeah, no shit.
That
And
thing was fast.
the voice was what got me too. It's like it didn't change pitch. Like
Yeah.
they're trying to get your attention. Like hey, like they're
Yeah.
like just monotone.
just trying to get you to pause where you are, just so that like
Right.
it can catch up fast
yeah,
enough.
dude, it was
Fuck.
yeah.
Dude, no, it was fucked.
That
'Cause
is
I
crazy.
kept telling them, I was like, dude, that's not normal. That's not normal.
Yeah.
Because I saw it and I go, what the fuck was that?
Now, were you guys looking at this the whole time?
I was.
Like you didn't take your eyes off of it?
No.
Because I forgot to say earlier, that's like another thing. Like with when you're encountering one of these, the idea is that like the only way to kind of get out of the situation is to keep your eyes on it and like show that you're aware of its presence and slowly back away. Because if you turn back, you're done.
Yeah.
Like, if you look away and you try running, like you're done. Like the whole idea
I
is that
was
you
like-
have to keep your eyes on it or you're fucked.
My thought, as fucked as it was, I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
They're stupid enough to stay. I'm booking it, bro. I was like, I told them multiple times, bro. I was like, that's not
Yeah.
fucking normal.
You said who else was with you again too?
Evan wasn't out.
Oh,
for the
Evan was
game,
there?
So Evan probably would have been first.
Oh, you would have been cooked.
Because I was like,
yeah.
I literally go, Gabe, I'm running.
What was he
I
thinking the whole
booked it,
time?
dude. Oh,
See,
dude.
he did what I did, but for even longer.
Yeah, dude.
What
Oh,
are you guys talking about? And he looks at it and he's like, oh shit. Like he
No.
had that moment of
Yeah.
realization.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah,
And, like
dude.
at the very least,
Wild.
oh.
this is a
Wild.
bomb running at me. I don't know
Yeah.
if he fully believes it, but it's
He's like, you guys are
like the whole
tripping.
skit-
Like,
right,
yeah, yeah.
But
I don't
yeah, so
care, bro.
yeah, it was.
God,
I
just
listen.
wasn't
I
normal.
warned him. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm running.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't
no,
care.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Because the moment that flashlight turned back on, I was like, nope.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
You're like, all right,
That
no.
bitch is gonna run across the water and we're gonna be dead in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
No, I'm done.
That's like,
I'm running back into
Yeah.
street light, dude. Like if
Yeah.
someone can fucking see this happen, I won.
someone's,
I
yeah,
won.
someone's aware of it.
Someone
Yeah.
saw it, and
God.
I won.
Yeah.
That's terrifying, dude. And it's like, dude, yeah, I don't know. I just keep like thinking back to the idea of like for it to move that fast, but also have a light. It's like,
Oh, dude,
it's got to be some kind of
creepy.
humanoid.
It
That's
was
why it's like,
creepy as
dude,
fuck.
definitely got to be some kind of like Skinwalker.
Well, and I was like,
it's like,
there's a whole. I know there's a whole theory going on. I don't know exactly, but there's a theory that they are in state parks, and that was
Yeah.
in the back of my head. Because if you look at like missing persons, and then you look at like state parks where there's caves,
yep,
dude, it correlates so precisely.
really,
Gabe, look it up.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
looking
yeah,
at it
pull
right
this
now.
up.
I was gonna let you finish your point.
yeah.
So I only found one thing about any kind of report in Fargo. Guess.
State park.
In the Park District.
Nah,
I'm dead serious.
nah,
I shit you
dude.
not.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I shit you not.
Dude,
The one report I
I
found
feel like,
was in the Park District.
nah, but the hair's standing up on my arms right now.
dude, that's
I
what I'm
swear
saying.
to God.
Look up missing persons and state park maps across the United States.
Yeah, isn't there like a huge like correlation with the two?
Dude, yeah. So the state parks that have caves, and then the correlation of people like missing persons.
Yeah.
They haven't like found anyone yet. Same spots
No way.
across the entire United States, bro. That cannot be a coincidence.
And that can't just be like people getting kidnapped by
Well,
like
yeah, and like people hiking, they've like fall in a cave. you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
I get that, but
like for the amount.
come on, bro.
Like, have you looked into like missing person cases? It's like it's
Not-
crazy how
not
many people go
hugely,
missing in certain
no.
areas. Like if you look at Alaska, there's so many like cases where people just disappeared, never came back, any trace.
Oh yeah, it's so
It's like
weird.
sure, yeah, there's tons of like bears and different kind of like animals
Yeah,
out there.
and like,
But
that.
there's so many incidents where it's just people like staying at like a cabin or something.
dude, yeah, not finding evidence.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Like, even their
Of,
stuff is
even, like, a
missing.
kidnapping and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
cabin's just fine. Like
Yeah.
nothing's
That's
missing.
terrifying, dude.
That's
Like somewhere remote and it's like no trace. No trace.
bro. Yeah, I'm not about it.
No, I'm not either, man. It's
Not about it, bro.
it's some scary stuff. It is.
Ugh.
That's where like it gets into like the Wendigo stuff for me too.
Yeah, dude.
It's like
that. I think Wendigos actually terrify me more. Than
yeah, I think yeah.
Because like that's fucked.
I agree because
I
it's
couldn't say that yet. I just don't know anything. Like I haven't dived into
The
Wendigos,
Wendigo
like
stuff?
Skinwalkers.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Start diving into
They're
that
terrifying
stuff.
looking.
It's
yeah, because
terrifying.
I've only heard worse.
yeah, I'll put on screen right now a picture of a Wendigo right here and a Skinwalker right here, or like a couple of the Skinwalkers. It's
terrifying.
dude, it's some crazy
Like
shit.
I'd much rather be face
Yeah.
to face with a Skinwalker than
Like
a
their
Wendigo.
teeth and
I
like
think a Wendigo would actually kill me just from like looking
Yeah.
at it and just
Yeah.
like being in total shock.
yeah.
I'd have like a heart attack.
Because like unless you catch like a Skinwalker like mid transformation,
Yeah.
they're just gonna look like something like
It's just gonna look like an animal.
yeah.
Or like one of
It's
those-
just like an animal that shouldn't be,
yeah.
you know, like just something off about it. But with the Wendigos, it's like
Nah.
like what I was talking about with like the lengthy thing like outside of a tent, like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
really it's like distorted, like long limbed,
Dude,
like
it creeps.
malnourished looking like skeletal
Fuck.
creatures, and it's like oh my god,
It's terrifying.
yeah, it is, it really is, and just the idea that it like you know it's going to eat you.
Yeah.
Like
dude.
that's like the thing is like it's all about
That's
cannibalism
what
with
really
those.
Yeah.
gets me, bro.
Right?
Like you don't know what a Skinwalker is doing. Like it could kill you and then just like take your shape or like
Yeah,
body or
basically.
something. Like you know it might not be the worst way to go possibly.
Yeah. Maybe
you know.
it just like kills you.
Or
But like
it might not instantly kill you and
Yeah.
just fuck around and like
yeah, that'd be
That might be
terrible.
worse.
yeah.
The idea that it just like shapeshift into something that can go inside you and then just like
Dude,
basically just like take over your body. Like
That's
just, like,
something that gets me to like kinda
Yeah.
shiver in like a
Yeah.
movie.
like it's
something
like wearing
that.
your skin.
Oh fuck.
Like oh
yeah, wearing the skin. No,
yeah.
So
That
have you
shit's-
guys seen the trailer for the movie A Hollow Tree?
I have not.
The trailer came out last year and they say the movie is still in like development
Yeah.
and it's kind of up in the air if it gets finished.
What's the
It's-
hollow tree?
So it's a movie about skinwalkers and this is like I'm 99% sure it's in the UK.
Yeah.
So that, like that's how far the stretch is too. Like it's not just the US.
Yeah.
So it's a movie about like I think like apocalyptic England
Oh no way.
because of skinwalkers.
So like they're all over
Yeah.
the world,
Yeah,
Where it's
I
like a-
guess. Yeah.
dude.
So it's like a trailer and also it's like a really lengthy one. It's like 3.5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it shows you like this guy and I think his little brother, maybe his son, just trying to live, right? And they have this scene in it where so they're like in the woods and the dad's got a rifle and he can hear that like help,
Yeah.
right? And he kind of follows it through the woods and he comes up on a cornfield and he takes out his rifle and he looks down the scope and he's looking for it and he
Yeah.
finds this guy just standing in the field butt ass naked
Oh,
looking in
no.
the opposite direction screaming
Yeah.
help, kind of just like it looks like a mannequin, you know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
It's just kind of arms kind of a little extended from its sides and it's screaming help. Just
Yeah.
kinda
That almost
turning
gets like
around, rotating a little bit.
yeah.
Pretty easy to tell it's not human.
Yeah. It's almost like that uncanny valley kind of.
He's looking at it and he gets distracted by something and he kind of takes his eye out of the scope.
Yep.
That's terrifying.
He gets distracted by something, I can't remember. Or he's doing something. He
Yeah.
looks back down his scope. That thing, I just remember what it was. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it turned around and he thought it saw him. So he kind of ducked down, took his eye off his scope, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the background, you can just hear noise. And he puts his eye back down the scope, and this thing is on all fours,
Just
running at him
scrambling
at like
towards him.
Mach 10, bro.
No.
And he books it out of there, and like, dude, it's just I can't really give it. I can't do it justice.
This movie hasn't come out
through
yet?
Description, but it's fucking terrifying.
Damn. Hollow Tree.
Hollow Tree. Yep.
I gotta. So you said this isn't out?
No.
I gotta look into this when it comes out.
So
that sounds
if
sick.
you want to watch it, we can
Yeah.
put it up.
Yeah.
Wanna
Yeah.
let everyone
Yeah,
watch
check
it?
this out.
Oh, dude.
Dude, that's crazy. I'd actually love to see that. I feel like that's such an untapped like resource for like horror movies.
Absolutely.
Because I've seen horror movies where it's
Just
like,
theories in general.
yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Some of these are exhausted, like the zombies and the
yeah,
all those kind of what ifs. Like there's so many more that people could get into.
yeah.
But
Like I know like they kind of like documented a lot online, but like for like a well like budget like big name movie to like cover
Yeah.
Skinwalkers, I think
like a
that could
big
be a
studio to,
massive
like,
hit. Yeah.
put a decent amount of money into it, and this is like, there's no big studio behind this, but it's like, so it's got what? How many views?
Yeah. This is. Because who is this directed and funded by?
I'm not sure. So okay, this is the director. I'm pretty sure. Cathal.
Oh yeah,
Fitzpatrick.
so it's like almost like an indie film.
It is. Yeah,
That's
there you
cool.
go. That's what I was looking
Yeah,
for. It's
yeah,
an indie
yeah.
Film. So no big studio behind it, but
No, that's
it's
awesome.
so well done, dude. And then,
Yeah, I gotta check that out for sure.
dude.
Yeah, I just saw that picture.
insane.
I looked it up and I was like,
Oh.
that thing's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the neck is like mended with like the face.
Yeah, just
but, like,
disfigured.
It's like looking up though.
Yeah.
Terrifying. I don't
No,
even
that
know
is.
how to describe that. That was weird.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, it's like some kind of evil presence. That's another thing too that I forgot to bring up earlier as well, is that when they're around, you can feel such an immense like presence of something bad,
Something
like
bad.
something dark that should not be like near you. It just gives this like, it instills like a feeling in you of like, you need to get out of there.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, dude.
People act like that can't be a thing. Like that's
Yeah.
sixth sense, but it's like dogs have it too.
Yeah, yeah,
Say
100%.
humans
Yeah.
can't have something to do with like a little sixth sense, right? Like dogs, like they sense danger and like they know it.
Yeah, and have you ever seen that like there's some kind of like science to like people's energy and like being able to like read someone's like energy when you walk into like a
That's
room
interesting.
almost. Yeah, I don't know like too many of the details behind it, but there's like such an idea. Like, have you ever like walked into a room and you could just instantly tell someone's pissed off before you even looked at them almost?
Yeah.
Like you could just feel their presence almost, where it's just like you can tell they're like in a really like negative emotion almost.
Yeah. I feel like
Like something bad happened. Like you instantly like look at them and you're just like, oh, what happened?
Pissed.
Yeah, it's like more than just reading their emotions in a sense. I don't know. I feel like that's like such a thing though, like with the idea of that like you definitely feel like a dark presence like around you.
Yeah.
Like you go into a room and you're just like, this room doesn't feel right. Like I don't even know how to
I
pinpoint it.
feel like that happens a lot with people that are like dealing with like haunted houses.
Yeah.
Dude, like so I actually know a guy that I've been talking with. He works at Willie's with me. And I actually just got him, he's going through RCIA for the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he's becoming Catholic, which is super cool.
Hell yeah.
But he used to do like ghost hunting and shit, like on his free time.
Oh, that's
Like,
crazy.
he traveled to I think it was like Colorado, and he went to some hotel that was there, and like they have like pictures and shit of like ghosts.
Oh.
And he's like, dude, when you walk in, it just feels heavy.
And was he doing it because he felt like ghosts don't exist, so he wants to like see if there's proof?
No, he was
Or
just
it
super
just
into
like,
it.
oh yeah,
He was
All
super
right, all right.
into it, dude.
For sure.
Yeah, so he had like a whole team with him, like a bunch of his friends.
No
like,
way, that's
recording
crazy.
stuff. Yeah.
They'd go check out different
Dude,
places.
Some of the
Yeah.
pictures, I'm like, what the fuck?
Did he feel like something like kind of binded itself like to him, like leaving one of the places?
No, I don't think so. He got it into a jar. So he
Yeah.
got it to like bind to a jar of like sand or
Yeah.
something. I don't think he has it anymore. I think he got rid of it. I think he had a priest destroy it.
It's probably a smart move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to not have.
Well, like just keep that around the house.
Dude,
Yeah.
like he used to carry it
oh
around.
yeah, this is a.
Dude, he used to carry it around. He knew its name.
What? He would
Yeah.
carry it with.
Dude,
like-
so he had like remember when we used to play
Backpack, like
Yeah,
wherever he went.
that's
yeah,
crazy.
dude. Yes.
Like, hey, want to check this out,
Bro, yes. He had it at Willie's with him.
dude? What?
Yes.
Trying to curse Willies, bro.
Dude. So, what was its name? It had a name, dude. Because you remember when we used to play
Like he gave it a pet name or it told him its name?
Phasmophobia? No, dude, it told him its
Okay.
name.
He's chilling there at the church with you, and he's just like,
So-
"Hey, have you ever seen this?"
No, not at the church, bro. That'd
You're like,
be wild.
dude, you did not bring that
Bro,
in
I'd
here.
be like, nah.
The jar just
Yeah.
starts shaking. Like
yeah,
I'm
it's
not
like
trying to
just
be
like
here, bro.
it's like floating up out of his hand. He's
Oh.
like, yo,
But
All the crosses are turning upside down.
Phasmophobia.
yeah.
That's what
Mike
it's
is like,
called.
"What'd you do?"
When we used to play Phasmophobia,
Dude, that game's sick.
Dude,
I gotta get back. You play?
Yeah, I have
was
that
it
game.
before?
what was
Oh,
that?
yeah.
What was the box called?
Oh, Spirit Box?
Spirit box.
Yeah, the
Dude,
Spirit Box,
He
yep.
has one of those, like a real one.
Does he really?
Dude, he told it. The thing.
Like the talk box thing where
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
Dude,
oh.
and it told him his name, and he trapped it. He'd be like, "Yo, you want?"
Nah, there's no way, dude. It actually said his name.
bro. It's wild. And he used to carry it around. He's like, "Yo, you want to hold it?" I'm like, "The fuck, no."
That's God, dude.
Yeah, that's all you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not.
I was like, "Nah."
Trying to get
I
involved
was
with what
like,
you got
"Brother,
going
no,
on.
I
I'm
feel like
good."
you're asking for
Father's son always. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
trying
good.
to,
I'm good. Yeah, that's all you.
Yeah, you're asking for something to happen at that
Yeah,
point.
that shit's
We really
weird.
are.
It's
Like, I'm
like,
interested in that
wild.
kind of stuff, but I've never
Yeah.
gone that far. I'm just
No,
carrying this
dude.
jar around with me.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious?
That's
Just
crazy.
carried around
yeah.
like
Ugh,
like his
no.
phone.
Dude, yeah.
Like, if
he
you
just,
told
had
me,
in his
like-
backpack, bro.
Yeah, no. If he told me that like something was scrambling outside of like his door and like in the middle of the night, I'd just be like, yeah, that's probably
No, that's probably the
probably
thing.
makes
that happened.
sense. Yeah.
Nah, dude.
That's terrifying.
I couldn't, bro.
I don't know. Yeah.
But I do actually have another story if you don't mind.
Yeah,
So
drop
my
it.
brother was actually Taylor was telling me a story like a week ago, and I don't even remember why he brought it up, but he brought it up, and I was like, dude, that's so weird. So he was at a friend's house, that lives like by a bunch of farmland and stuff.
Yeah.
There's like a neighborhood over there, and there's a bunch of woods. So they were drinking and they were playing basketball outside, and they hear, "Ooh." I'm like, bro, like, what is this? And like, he kept hearing it.
Like that kind or like a realistic like cow like moo?
No, like, I'm probably realistic. I mean, that's how he told
It
it.
sounds like an old guy.
Yeah, just like
But like, I don't know how it sounded,
yeah.
but like, he was like, that's what it sounded like.
yeah.
And he's like, I just kept hearing this mooing. And he was like, they were playing outside with the basketball.
Yeah.
And he finally asked his friends, he goes, "Dude, do you guys keep hearing this fucking cow?" And they're like, "Dude, yes, I keep hearing this cow, bro. I thought it was just me."
Yeah.
So, and
So-
this is somewhere a cow shouldn't be, right?
No, I mean, there's farmland around,
okay,
you know?
okay,
So it's
okay.
like,
I
okay,
just wanted
like
to kind of set the.
maybe it,
Yeah.
maybe it's like it escaped or something. Like, let's go find it. So they start driving through the neighborhood to see if they can find this cow. And they're putting their head out there to see if they can hear it. And they keep going around this neighborhood and they keep hearing it.
Yeah.
But it keeps moving.
Oh, dude.
It keeps moving. So like, dude, where the hell is this cow? Bro, and then they're driving around and then they get to the forest and they hear moo.
And this is like like far from where they just were.
Dude, yeah.
Ah.
A long ways. Like, you wouldn't hear it from the house if it was from over there.
I feel like it'd make it way more terrifying if it was like someone trying to imitate like a moo.
Maybe it
It's
was.
like not
dude.
like
I
a
don't
cow
know.
like mooing.
Maybe-
It's just like someone that's like going like moo.
just moo.
You're like, who the fuck is that? Like,
I don't know, bro. But they got to the woods and they're like, no.
yeah, no, this is
I was like, no.
yeah.
It wouldn't be going in there. And then I think it went like, I don't remember the story completely, but I think it went silent.
Yeah.
And they heard a bunch of rustling in there. And they're like, nope,
Yeah.
nope, we're out. We're gone.
Yeah.
And then they go in their car. They're fucking driving by. And they pass by. It was a house right next to the woods. And it's like this notorious house that's
Yeah.
like haunted. And they called it like the old guy house or
Oh,
something.
what?
And like the garage door was completely obliterated.
No, that's crazy.
Completely obliterated.
Yeah.
Like windows broken in.
Just
everything.
destroyed.
Dude, it
Yeah.
was destroyed. It was destroyed. Like the entire house.
It looked
was
like super
destroyed.
old.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
But completely destroyed. And they're like, "Oh, dude, I forgot. This is the old guy street."
Ah.
And so they drove past. They went back to the house.
Yeah.
And started hearing the mooing again.
Nah. Yeah, it was definitely some weird shit then.
And then in the morning, they're driving past to go get food.
Yeah.
House was completely fine.
What? What do you mean?
Garage door was perfectly normal.
Bro, what?
Windows were fine.
Jesus.
Nah,
Like,
what?
He was like, the door was kicked in. Nope, door was fine.
So that's like some kind of like spatial like transformation
Dude,
there.
I
That's
don't
like
know. I have
That's
no
crazy.
idea. I was like,
but they're positive, like the whole place was destroyed.
whole thing was destroyed. He was like, bro, it looked like someone drove through the fucking garage door.
That's crazy.
Door was completely fine in the morning. Like 5 hours later. It was like 3 in the
Damn.
morning when this happened.
That's like a whole step up from Skinwalker. I don't even know what kind of
That's
situation that
wild.
would be. Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's crazy. But the mooing, I was like,
That's like a
oh,
demon or
that's
something
wild.
trying to like
Oh, dude, yeah, something
like
else.
bait you into like, all right, come over here, like check
Dude,
out
into
this
the
like
woods. I
Yeah.
was like, bro, come on. Like, you're following this cow around and it walks into the woods.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it doesn't.
That's what's like so terrifying about the woods too, is like if it's dark out especially, it's like just the unknown.
Always in the woods.
You have no idea
You
what's
can
going
get
on.
so lost in the woods. You
Yeah.
can't get lost in a neighborhood.
No.
Not truly.
No.
Like, you can, like, you know, you can get lost and, like, be like, oh, shit, I
Yeah.
don't know where I am. But, like, there's distinctive things about houses
Yeah.
and stuff that you can look at. With a forest, bro,
Yeah.
once you're lost, you're lost.
Well, it's just like it's so eerie because it's like you have no idea. Like you don't know if it's like just like a raccoon or something, or like if it's something
Dude,
crazy.
that's what's weird about the woods.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
Dude.
sense of direction in the woods.
No. Yeah. There's nothing at all.
Like, something
Yeah.
can really fuck you up in the woods and you'll never find your way out.
That's why it's so terrifying to hear like a human voice that like isn't one of your friends.
Oh, dude, like,
That's why I like keep going back to like the camping trip like thing,
Mm.
because it's like if you're on a camping trip and you just hear that outside and you know you're in like a remote spot.
Yeah,
That's just-
especially if you're like on your own
Yeah.
and you're with no one else.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
And then like the whole thing with the Skinwalkers where it's like they try to sound like someone you know, and it's like
oh, dude.
like
just
ah,
creepy.
yeah. Just like, hey, come over here. You're just like, what?
Dude, it's so
Dude.
wild.
Yeah. No, that shit terrifies me.
I've been like experiencing that stuff because I've been playing Lethal Company.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah.
the Skinwalker motto.
Yeah. I've seen
Shit's
that.
so funny, but then like when I think about it, I'm like, dude, that's actually terrifying.
I've
'cause
seen
that
those
shit-
videos, yeah, where they like they copy like the voice of like the last things.
Dude,
like,
yeah,
people
they
were
so
saying.
Lethal Company gets your permission to record your voice while
Yeah.
you're playing.
Yeah.
And then they erase all of it after like every game. So
Yeah.
like if you leave and then you come back, all that stuff's erased. So I mean that's cool.
Yeah.
For privacy reasons and all that sort of stuff. But like, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you're playing and you hear your friend go, hey dude, I just found something, come here.
Yeah.
You walk over and then you get your neck snapped by
Yeah.
and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's crazy.
I know. I played that with my buddies, and I was like in one of the rooms, and I saw like one of those Jackbox things.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I need to run out of here. And I like saw another like person that looked just like me,
Mhm.
and they were like, hey, dude, look at this. And I like walk over, and then instantly just like opens up and kills me. I'm like,
Bro,
okay.
okay, cool.
And then I'm just switching to spectating, and they're like, Tony died. I'm like,
God, Tony
yeah, that game's crazy.
Oh, I love that,
that game was made by one guy with
Yeah.
like no studio behind me. He's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll make this for fun.
That's what's cool.
It
about
blew up out of
Exactly,
nowhere.
yeah.
It's like, dude, the amount of money he made off of that.
Yep.
I couldn't
Crazy.
All goes to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It,
it's
like all goes
crazy.
to him, dude.
Yeah, no, that is insane. Did you have any other stuff you wanted to go over before we get into like the stories?
No, I think we're good.
All right, well, let's run the Reddit stories.
Reddit stories.
So if you guys, I only have 2 here. If you guys want to like intrude in at any time,
Mhm.
just like cut me off, mention like what your thoughts are with the story.
I
Just
don't
be
like cutting you off. I talk a lot.
Fair enough. Let's get into the first one here. So this first story is from Young Orochi. All right. I know Skinwalker stories are a little overplayed, but this is genuinely one of the most terrifying experiences I've ever had. For a little context, I'm half Native American, with most of my family being from Oklahoma. I never really believed in any of the stories I heard as a kid until I'm pretty sure I had a real encounter. When I was a kid, maybe 4th grade, me, my mom, and my stepdad would visit with my grandparents' property in Azle, Texas to shoot guns and fish or whatnot. Their property was surrounded by a couple of acres of land, so sometimes I would wander off from the house and explore wherever I could. See, that's why I'm like, when people say stuff like that, they're just like, oh, I like to wander off from the house. I'm like,
That's probably why.
you like to just stroll around? I mean, like, hey, I guess it's like different nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much other stuff to do, but like,
I mean, like, especially like back then, depending on how far this goes, like,
Yeah.
dude, before 9/11, like, parents just used to like send their kids out.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they're just like,
"Alright,
go out and play."
Back when the sun comes down.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
They don't even think about their kid being gone for
Right.
8 hours.
Yeah,
until
for
they
sure.
come back home for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, man. I'm like, all right, you wanted to wander off, and you're almost asking for it a little bit, just exploring. Like near woods? I mean, like, dude. But anyways, all right, he continues. So one day I decided to go for a short walk in the woods like normal. See, yeah, exactly. Like he's going in the
Yeah. Like
dude.
normal.
Yeah, like normal.
And this is just his like parents' property, so it's not like I'd imagine there's not like a nice sidewalk and like all this,
No,
with
it's
like
just,
lights.
dirt paths,
Right.
whatever
Yeah.
you're
Worn in
walking.
a pathway over the
Yeah,
years.
Yeah, exactly. And he goes, maybe 5 minutes into my walk, mind you, I could still see the house in the distance. I hear my mom's voice say my name. It sounded distant, but so distorted and close at the same time. I called back to her and looked around. As I was turning around, I saw this tall creature with gnarly teeth and gray, tattered skin looking at me from behind a tree. I stood there completely shocked because of how terrifying this thing looked. It started to move from behind the tree towards me and like the direction I was off running, and I sprinted back crying towards my house. This is easily one of the most terrifying things that ever happened to me, and I never even spoke about it until about a year ago. Before this point, I never had any cryptid or paranormal experiences. However, since then, I've had countless wherever I go or move to, despite me only being 18 at the moment. And that was 4 years ago that this guy left this story.
Dude.
I'm like, how real do we think this is? What are you guys thinking? Thoughts?
So what was his age, did he say?
So he says he's 18 now. He said, let's see. He said when he was a kid, maybe around 4th grade, this happened.
Okay.
I don't know, man. That thing's
So
catching
he probably would have been like 9 or 10.
5 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
It takes 2 steps and you're dead.
I'm like, the idea where he says,
saw it?
yeah, he said, I stood, oh, all right. Yeah, he goes, as I was turning around, I saw this tall creature with gnarly teeth and gray tattered skin looking at me from behind a tree. And he said he stood there shocked just because he was terrified. And then he just took off sprinting and crying back to his house.
Fuck.
I don't know, man.
Do we think maybe like he was just like, I mean, he said 5 minutes into his walk. I feel like you're pretty far into the woods. 5 minutes of
5
walking.
minutes? You're pretty far in.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're like half a mile if you're walking like, or like at least over a quarter mile.
I would say a quarter
Yeah,
mile.
yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
5 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah.
A quarter mile.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Around a quarter. I'm like, dude, that's some distance to cover while something's supposedly
Dude,
chasing you.
Okay, that's a lot of distance.
Yeah.
I feel like once you see it, it's over, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, right?
Most of the time. If
Can you
they
imagine?
just
Yeah.
I
choose
would
to
think if
not
you
chase
saw
I
it, like
guess.
I would think if you saw it, like it doesn't want you to escape. Like,
Yeah,
if you already
yeah.
saw it, it's just
Well,
gonna
the way he
take you out.
describes it too, saying it's like gnarly teeth and gray tattered skin. It's like
Yeah.
looking right at him. I feel like it's
The
not just gonna sit
Skinwalker
there and
knows
watch
enough
him
to
run
be like,
away.
you know, you're a young kid.
Not
Nobody will
Like,
believe you. You know?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like maybe like not enough nutrition. It was just like
Yeah.
whatever.
I
I
feel
would
like
to believe it.
yeah.
For sure, because it's like if
You-
people take time enough out of their day to be
to
like,
like sit here and write this
okay,
and
yeah,
not put it
it's
on
like,
like a forum where like they're writing short
Right.
stories, you know?
Well, and you don't
could
like
say it's for clout, but it's like
you don't want
know,
to
yeah,
discredit
you would-
someone for something that actually
Yeah.
happened to him,
Right.
you know. So
It's like I think we've all had situations where it's like, bro, believe me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is
He almost, like-
exactly
Bro, I
how
Yeah,
it
he
is.
almost,
This is
like-
what happened.
Yeah. He kind of like almost pulls me in by saying like this is easily one of the most terrifying things that's ever happened to me, and I never spoke about it until a year ago.
Right.
But at the
And I
same
always
time,
put
it's
more
like
validity onto people who are like, I never believe
yeah,
this shit.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
Ever. Like I put no like thought into like I just
Yeah, yeah,
I
'cause
don't
you're like,
believe
all
it.
right.
didn't really believe.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Right. And then it's like they take time.
Yeah, and they're like,
Those
all
people
right.
take time out of their day to be like, all right, this happened. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
And the only thing that kind of pulls me back though is that like he's like saying somewhere around 4th grade. It's like when you're younger, things seem like a lot more
Yeah.
crazy than like they do when you're older. Kind of, I feel like.
I mean, nothing's like a tattered gray skin thing.
Yeah.
Like that's like I couldn't even see like mistaking a tree for that.
And he said gnarly teeth too, and it's like tall. He said it. Yeah,
started-
he said this tall creature.
Yeah.
So that is kind of that's wild because you wouldn't like if you could say it's a coyote if it was like something like maybe 2 or 3
Smaller.
feet, you know?
Right.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'd give this one like a 6 out of 10. I think I'd put like 6 out of 10.
There was a little more detail, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know. It's like
like
not
he
every
kinda went
story
into
can
it a
have
little
more.
all
He turned
those
around and
details.
run.
Yeah.
It's like
I think that's what makes me believe it more because there's not as many
Yeah,
details.
because he's just straight to
He
the point.
booked it.
He's like, this is what I remember.
Yeah, he was like, dude, this is what I remembered. I
Yeah.
remember a lot, but like I remember running and literally crying, like running back.
God, just the fact that he goes, it started to move from behind the tree towards my direction, and I took off running and crying. I'm like, it's moving towards him, and he
That-
got away.
that-
That's where I'm like,
yeah.
what is this then if it's not a Skinwalker?
Okay,
Right.
but I mean, if you think about it, like I thought about it in the way where it's moving towards him.
Yeah.
He's a small kid, right? So like,
Yeah.
from a nutritional standpoint, he's not a lot.
No, that's
like,
fair.
but like if he stays there though, and like he's so shocked he
Yeah.
can't move, like, well, I might take a little, 4-piece nugget. Like,
Yeah.
what's a 4-piece nugget?
I'm just like the fact that he's a kid too. I'm like I also feel like you just get swiped up, you know.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, I'll take this kid.
Like
this
the
is
moment he
easy
turns
pickings.
around, he's getting dragged. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
thought.
yeah.
Right.
And then especially if we're talking like Skinwalker in this case
Mhm.
too, because that's like another like thing you can shift
Yeah.
into, you know.
Sure.
It's like you
I'd
could
like
do
to put
bait
a
with a
little
kid.
more validity on it, but
Yeah.
5 out of 10 probably.
5 out of 10.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you, Micah?
I think I'm gonna go 6.
6.
I feel like it's sort of believable and just like
yeah.
it feels like a real life experience. But like I don't know.
That's what I'm
It's
thinking
the
too.
getting away part.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only part that really catches
Yeah.
me is like,
If-
and then again, all these people would have had to get away
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it sees them. So it's like,
Then that
I
totally
turned
messes
around
it
and
up,
I
yeah.
died.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
wait,
bro, what?
Exactly. You're like, all right, this is
Who's
supposed to go to a
typing this right
different
now?
thread. Yeah,
bro
yeah.
turned to a Wendigo telling us a story? What?
Yeah, dude.
Bro found a phone on one of his victims.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's get into the second one here. So this one's a little bit shorter. This person's also from the same area. So True Guy goes, I live near Azle as well. There are many weird places in central Texas, in particular mineral wells. There's a very rural hidden cemetery where a high school boy was found murdered about 25 years ago. I have a friend who visited the place one day just for the hell of it, along with her friend as well. They were walking around the cemetery when a creature suddenly stood up about 50 yards in the distance. She described it as a goat man. It started walking toward them, and this was in broad daylight. The two ran to the car with this thing following after them walking on 2 feet. They took off before it reached the car, and she recounts the story with the utmost sincerity, and I believe her. She said it was absolutely not human. What do you guys think?
I know people can't give a shit ton of detail, but
Yeah.
I want more.
That's what I'm
But-
saying, man. I'm like,
I think this one's different because she described it as a goat man, but like it totally could have been just someone.
yeah.
Like
Well,
two girls running to a car like 50 yards away. That was pretty specific.
Yeah.
50 yards. I think it's going to catch up to you in 50
Yeah.
minutes.
And the other thing that's kind of putting me off with this one is she's saying that I have a friend who visited the place one day. So this isn't her account. This is going off of like her friend who is supposedly very sincere about the story.
Yeah.
And I'm
Things are always really scary.
that's what I'm saying.
But like it started walking towards them
yeah, she said
and then they took off before it got to the car.
Yeah.
So did it start running after them?
yeah, something very tall.
Because that motherfucker's pulling you through
Yeah.
the window.
Said yeah,
Little tap,
a
tap.
goat-like
Yeah, a
creature
little- yeah.
about 50 yards in the distance. Yeah. And broad daylight.
Broad daylight.
That changes it for me a little bit too though, cuz it's like that almost makes it seem more real cuz it's like
If you can
why would
see
you lie about
it.
something like
Yeah.
that about daytime, you know?
Right.
Because nighttime, your mind's going to all different places. Like, have
Yeah.
you ever heard about that like idea that like the human like brain is always looking to recognize other faces?
Yeah.
So like when you're looking into the dark, you're just already like
Mhm.
it's like your mind is just scanning and trying to replace the empty space with
Yeah,
like
so
what
I
we
mean
know
that's what I thought
and
about.
are
when
familiar
it said
with.
daylight. I was like, well,
Yeah,
it is daylight.
I'm like, all right, it'd be kind of hard to mistake that, but at the same time, it's like a
Right.
really tall goat man just started walking toward them too. That's another thing. It's like not like chasing after them.
Right.
So it's 50 yards walking.
I mean, I guess I don't know. My only experience is that bitch running straight at me.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah. It
So
wasn't walking. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I wasn't taking
No, no,
breaks.
it wasn't
that
like
thing
it wasn't
was
like hey, and then it starts walking. Like,
going
no.
Yeah.
full sprint.
That thing
I'm
was
like,
full sprint.
yeah, I want to get a little bit more like credit to it, but just based off the amount of information here, like I think I might have to go 5.
I think I might go 4.
Yeah,
3 or 4.
yeah. So I'm
I'll
like,
be, I'll
I
be
don't know,
nice
like-
with the daylight part.
Yeah,
and
like-
but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like obviously, like the part of me wants to be like, dude, I want a story, but like
yeah,
then it feels not real if it's a story.
yeah.
Right.
It was
If it's
just
a
the whole
story,
thing where it's like, yeah,
kinda made
the
that.
account of like one of your friends. Yeah, I think I'd probably go to 4 too, honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
So,
there's
like-
just
That's why
not
it's hard.
enough.
It's like you want something like fantastical, like you want a
Yeah.
big story, but it's like most of these
You
real.
want detail.
If it's a right, but if it's a real encounter, you
Yeah.
might not get all that.
Yeah, no.
Because if you are smart,
I'm not standing there.
Fucking
Wait,
book
hold up. Let me write this down.
yeah.
yeah,
Yo, let me put this down in my notes. Yo, I'm putting this on Reddit,
Yeah, I'm
bro.
putting this on Reddit.
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm
No.
saying.
Just give me 1 second, will you?
Yeah,
I'd have to stick at 4.
yeah. I'll run forward with this one too, boys.
I don't know. I don't like discrediting people.
Yeah.
But like,
Right. It feels shitty because I guess I would want people to believe me too, even if I couldn't provide the most
Yeah.
detail. But
That's what I'm saying. I'm with you.
I don't think I could go any higher.
All right. Did we want to take a quick break and then maybe run back like a couple more?
yeah, sure.
Do you guys want to do a couple more stories?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Sure.
All right, say less.
All right, man.
We can take a quick little time.
Cool.
So this part, I'll do a little snip here.
Snip.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we got a couple more Reddit stories here. Me, Micah, and Gabe are gonna get into right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and kick this off. You guys intrude if you'd like.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
So this one is from Xander101 4 years ago on r/paranormal. He goes, my Skinwalker experience. Sorry it has taken me a while to post this. Been extremely busy lately, unfortunately. First off, I have told this story before in a public setting around 2008. I was living in Louisiana at the time and had called into Coast to Coast AM and told the story to George Newry, which was a pretty cool experience. I didn't have a whole lot of time to tell some of the details, so you'll be getting the unedited version, so to speak. It happened somewhere between 1997 to 1999. I was in my late teens and we were living in New Mexico up near the Four Corners. My parents were pastors at a local church in a very small town. We have lived outside of town, sort of out in the middle of nowhere, and there were very few houses sprinkled around us. Surrounding was at least... Oh shit, he kind of fucks up what he says here. But he basically says there's no houses around where they live.
Okay.
They're kind of just out in the middle of nowhere.
Sure.
There's a little bit of brush, but it was like mostly desert.
That's how it normally goes.
Yeah.
It's never really in suburbia, so.
It is New Mexico.
Yeah, it's just kind of in the middle of nowhere. He goes, ever since we moved there, the locals told us about Skinwalkers. Even people in the church warned us about them. One guy in the church swore up and down that when he was a truck driver, he saw a Skinwalker in its human form running alongside his truck when he was going about 80 miles per hour.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I'm like,
Dude, they can run fucking fast.
Tap,
Yeah.
tap on the window, man.
And he goes, since I didn't witness it, I just took his word. I'm like, that's crazy though. Someone running in human form 80 miles per hour
Yeah.
next to your truck.
Yep. And that's exactly the story I heard. Where,
That's
like, this
where
guy's
the
on
tapping
a
comes from.
freeway
Yeah.
going like 80.
Freeway
I'm
going
like, dude.
80, bro.
And you
You
just
hear
use the
tapping
Yeah.
tap
on the window?
Yeah.
No.
Like, that's fucking wild.
And if you look, you're fucked.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you look, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm. God.
You just
couldn't imagine.
head straight, drive
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
it.
Being a trucker and it's just like right next to
Dude.
you.
It like lives in my head to the point where like like on some of those drives home from Fargo and it's like pitch black and I'm driving on the
Oh,
freeway.
dude,
and
from
there's not a lot
Fargo
of
to
people.
fucking
Yep.
home.
I'm like, it'll just
Yeah.
pop into my mind randomly. Like, if you hear that tap on the window, bro,
Yeah.
Dude, I
fucking
can't tell you how many times it's happened
Yeah.
from the drive to Fargo.
it just
to home.
pops in my head
100%,
every
yeah,
now and then.
yeah,
It
yeah.
goes rent free, man.
Like,
Yeah.
it's usually like the halfway point when you see that fucking Dairy Queen.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yep.
if I hear that tapping,
I
don't
swear
look.
to
Just
God.
keep driving.
Yeah. All right, so so he continues here and he goes, I heard many different tales on the origins of the Skinwalkers, both from locals and the Native Americans. There was a Native American who went to our church who still held on to his Navajo beliefs, who told me what I always assumed to be a more accurate description. He told me that when people of his tribe had a child out of incest, or that the tribe leaders would take the baby out into the desert to be raised by wolves. The wolves would raise it, and they would become skinwalkers, having the powers to turn into anything, animals, humans, etc. The story fascinated me. He just seemed to know for sure that this is the accurate tale. Then he warned me to never whistle at night, which I thought was pretty weird, but I never did until one night. It was in the fall, around 11 at night. I was in my bedroom, which was the furthest room from anyone in the house and near the garage, watching TV or playing PlayStation. My mother was in her bedroom, and my dad was at the church studying, as he always did, until around midnight. My brother had a friend over that night, and they were going to spend the night on the back patio, which was a long rectangular room with screen windows all down it. Like I said, I was in my bedroom minding my business when my brother and his friend came around banging on my door. Annoyed, I opened the door, and my brother, who is 4 years younger than me, and his friend are both frightened. My brother said as they were in the patio goofing off, they heard someone walking around the backyard and saw what they looked to be a top, white, bald head walk by the screen windows. What were you were thinking something?
Fixing the mic, boss.
Oh, I got you. I
just
got you.
wanted to-
No, you're all
I saw
good.
you, I saw
Yeah.
love.
But yeah, he said
Bro said,
I've been messing with it a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
too much,
yeah.
but yeah, go for it.
he said something to be a white bald head walked by the screen windows. And then he continues, now normally I would believe my brother since he would never make this kind of stuff up, but his friend was a huge liar and had always told tales of having been to Mars, even showing us the red dirt, which looked an awful lot like the red dirt you could find throughout the area, I might add. Of course, by this time I had experienced a lot of paranormal stuff, but I was still skeptical. Bravely and annoyed, I grabbed my jacket and a flashlight, and the three of us went onto the patio. It was always creepy at night because it was always so dark and the only light came from a nearby lamppost a few yards down the street. Our backyard was insanely small except for the right-hand side of it, which was a bit bigger but held a trampoline which took up the better part of it. We stepped out of the patio, my flashlight shining around the yard, but saw nothing. That was when I started hearing the crunching of leaves coming from the front yard, so the three of us went through the back gate to the front yard. Now our front yard was huge and had roughly 9 apple trees. There was even a large creepy tree in the corner of the yard near the street that I always stayed cleared of. We had a close neighbor literally on the side of the wooden fence. It was a nice family that had a daughter about my brother's age, and they also had a bunch of chickens, and sometimes they would wander into our yard. So I thought it was something walking around our front yard. Shining the flashlight around, of course, I couldn't see any chickens, but I did see some white thing walking behind a tree near a wooden fence. That was when I started to get curious. The three of us walked slowly to the tree. I was being the protective big brother and kept the other two behind me. Before I knew it, I heard a loud whoosh and felt a gust of wind like something flew by us. My brother screamed out in pain. My brother always had his shirt off, which annoyed me because back then I was overweight and very self-conscious. But I noticed on his chest he had 3 long scratches across him. Scared and shocked by my brother, we ran back inside the house, leaving I ran back inside my house, leaving... Wait, what? Alright, he kind of fucks up, like, his story that he's saying here.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
He's gone a ways without making a mistake. So
yeah,
Yeah.
he says, scared and shocked by my brother, back inside the house, leaving me and his friend. So I'm guessing his brother ran off, is what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
And then him and his friend were kind of just chilling out there. Let's see where he continues. It all happened so quickly, but I ran towards the street where I was sure whatever it was had gone. His friend was close behind me. So yeah, those two are out in the street now. So him and his brother's friend. I shined my light towards the sound but never saw anything, so I whistled some tune, and from down the road I heard the same tune whistled back to me.
The whistle.
That's crazy.
See, hearing the same sound like whistled exactly back to you. Like imagine you go like, all right, I can't really whistle.
Right.
But,
See,
like,
this
like,
is the kind of detail I'm looking for, bro.
Yeah.
Right here. I
Yeah.
love it. Like, even if it's just kind of like in an English class, so just kind of like expanding what doesn't really need to be expanded.
Yeah,
it's like,
100%.
It works. Like, I just love the extra detail.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's just like the concept of like you making like this whistling sound and like having it repeated the exact same way you just tuned it.
That's pretty fucked.
Yeah. That's
That's
scary.
pretty fucked.
That's scary. He goes, my brother's friend started getting scared and kept trying to get me to go back inside, but I was very intrigued, as I would be. I mean, shit.
100%.
Hearing someone saying that? I mean, dude.
I wouldn't be. I'd be.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah. Game from person.
I think we know now.
Yeah.
The two of us would probably be the ones who stay, and you'd be booking it.
Yeah,
Like-
probably.
Yeah. I mean, like the scratches on the chest.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, why would it scratch it?
Yeah.
Like, why would he scratch?
No, that is interesting. He continues, he goes, I whistled
Wouldn't
for
he just
the...
drag him?
You'd think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
He
weird.
says, I whistled for the 3rd time, and that was when, very close by, we both heard a male voice say, hey kid, come here. There was no hesitation. The two of us both bolted back inside. We went to go tell my mother what happened, and she was already frightened because she was tending to my brother's scratches on his chest. We told her what happened, and my mother told us to stay inside. My mother had some pretty scary paranormal encounters before. I need to tell those stories soon as well, so she believed us. I have never forgotten about the encounter. My brother brushes it off these days, marking out to be not a big deal. But I know
The
differently.
brother who got scratched?
Yeah. Apparently he says it wasn't a big
The
deal.
one, he's the one who brushes it off? That's insane.
He goes,
Damn.
yeah, making it out to be not a big deal, but I know differently, as does my mother. It's one of the many incidents in my life that literally bothers me to this day. This had 549 upvotes and
Yeah.
65 comments.
When was it posted?
This was posted, I believe, 4 years ago. Let me
Where'd they
see.
say they
Yeah,
were?
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
They said this was around Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems like a
What are we thinking, guys?
thinking like a 3.
I mean, obviously, I love the extra detail.
I
Yeah.
love.
I do like the extra details, but
Love the extra detail.
Believability, I mean,
3. I'm at a 3.
for believability or just for
Yeah.
the whole thing?
felt
For a Bert. I mean,
I'm gonna
at
give it
least,
a
like
4.
believability. I would say
Yeah.
a 3.
Really? This would be like my highest one yet. I might give this
Really?
one
Wow,
like a-
really?
Even though it's in a different area, it's like I don't know. It's like giving that extra detail just kind of
yeah,
The extra detail is nice. I love it.
I agree.
But
I think the
like the scratch on the chest,
right. That is the one part
like
that
that
kind of throws
motherfucker
me.
is dragging you.
I
'Cause
think
you hear that
okay.
about a lot of different like
Yeah.
subjects of horror.
Like,
Like
This
Okay.
is the part that gets me,
Scratches.
right?
If it's a skinwalker,
Yeah.
that bitch is not being like, "Hey, kid, come."
Yeah.
right.
It's not.
That's
for
why I'm saying, like,
subjects
for
like
me,
that.
it's like, he goes, his brother gets scratched on the chest and runs back inside. And at this point, he's whistling and just intrigued on what the sound
Oh
is.
yeah, no.
I'm like, if this was me, I'm running and be like, dude, are you okay?
bro,
Like,
yeah,
checking on
I'm
my
running
friend.
after my brother and being like,
Yeah.
"Yo, are you okay?"
I wouldn't be running down the street to see what the sound was and then whistling,
hell
hearing
no.
my whistle repeated back and going, I'm intrigued by what's
I'm not
going
gonna be
on.
like,
Yeah, that's kind of the point where
That's
you
where-
book it, right?
That's where I'm wondering,
like,
okay.
I'm not fucking whistling down the road
Yeah.
and then hoping it fucking like whistles back.
Yeah.
I'm not. No.
Yeah.
I'm checking in. I'm gonna be like,
I love the
"Yo,
detail."
Are you okay? Like, what the
Right.
fuck happened?
I love
So-
the detail, but with believability.
Yeah.
With believability, I'm at a 3.
So here the OP continues in the comment sections after getting asked some questions, and he
Is there an
continues
update?
saying, I'll answer as best as I can. Something I forgot to mention when I heard the whistle come back is it was far down the road, closer the second time, and then the voice seemed pretty close, just a few yards away from us. I don't remember there being any evidence the next day. I did look around during the day for anything, but found nothing. His wound healed normally, and there were no scars. It wasn't very deep, but it did bleed a little.
I was just gonna ask about that. If the wound went away like the next day,
It looked like it was like a small scratch. It wasn't anything like crazy.
okay.
That just seems, yeah.
He looked like a small scratch the next day.
And then yeah.
Okay.
He said it healed normally. There were no scars. It wasn't very deep. It bled a little bit. And then he continues, we didn't smell anything unusual, at least from what I remember. I can't remember there being any noises. It was a quiet night, but not sure if there were crickets or anything. I didn't get disoriented, just the fear from adrenaline, and I ran for the voice. I'm not entirely sure why it targeted us. I always assumed it was either passing through or trying to get to my neighbor's animals. I've been asked a lot why I whistled, lol. Honestly, it's in my nature to test things. At that point, I was already assuming it was a skinwalker, and the only way to be able to be sure was to whistle. I've never told the story to a native tribesman, mainly because I figured they would get upset that I antagonized it. Of course, later in life I wish I had, and maybe one day I will be able to. I've always had odd dreams, I still do to this day, so I can't really relate any of that to the incident, unfortunately. I've had many paranormal encounters since then, only one that may relate to a skinwalker, but it happened in Texas. My brother has spent most of his life in denial when it comes to paranormal happenings around my family, until recently he experienced a ghostly incident that shook him. As far as my brother's friend, I haven't heard or spoke to him in about 20 years. But since then, he and his family are one of many who have warned us of skinwalkers, and it's possible that he's had more. And then he goes, I'm going to talk to my mother and see if she remembers the address, and I can get a street view of it.
Yeah,
But he leaves it off there pretty much ambiguous to like what's happened since. That was all 4 to 3 years ago.
Yeah, I don't.
What do you guys think?
I don't
that
think
one,
so.
He gave a lot, but
He did. He
And
gave
like I said,
a lot.
That detail kind of makes you
The
want to add
detail
more
is
validity.
good.
well, it's
like,
like the idea is like,
dude.
why would you type that much if it was just like?
dude, yeah, no.
Because there's so many forums that say like, hey, like, make up stories for us.
Yeah.
But this is like on a real like, this is like a real instant forum. So like, aside from clout, like, why would you sit there and type up that big ass story just for the hell of it?
I can see
I mean, like validity wise, I don't know.
It's tough, man.
There are a few things that throw me, but
Like, bro, not okay. Listen, he's an older sibling. he's not checking in on his younger brother.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Also, like the checking to see if it's like a skinwalker and like whistling on purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't say you do the same thing, maybe to just like in your mind at the time be like, why not? Because you probably don't want to accept that it's actually a skinwalker.
I guess, but like,
so just for the fuck of it, you might just.
That's true.
And
I mean, I would also think about like.
I feel like I would, because
only getting
like
scratched,
right? Just for that purpose, just for the fuck of it. Like if I've already heard some reason.
The younger brother only got scratched across the chest, but like. You don't think that motherfucker would drag that bitch? He's dragging that dude.
That's kind of what throws me.
A skinwalker is not scratching you, bro.
Yeah.
No matter how small
even if he does scratch,
maybe he was trying to grab him. A skinwalker's not missing that grab.
Well, and here's what's getting me. So he says that he scratches his brother.
Yeah.
And then just carries off far down the road. And then that's when he chases back after him and whistles.
Bro, yeah, he waits.
And when he whistles, he sounds far.
No.
So you're telling me that he scratched him while these
And
three
then
were out here
ran
just fresh
away?
bait? And then just disappears?
No.
It is tough.
That is
I know some of you out here listening
It's
right now might
unnatural
think that's
behavior.
very believable, but I'm not going to lie. I think I'd have to put it at like
unnatural
The
behavior.
3 scratches is kind of a classic trope. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Oh,
like,
he
had the
got 3 scratches across his chest.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Come on, man.
I know
That's what really does it for me, yeah.
I've heard that before with not just skinwalkers,
With
obviously,
everything,
with
bro.
like ghosts and polter, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I just suddenly scratches appear.
All of a sudden, my back hurt.
Right.
And I got 3 scratches across my across my
right.
back.
So
Yeah.
No,
That's a bit
come
much
on
for me
now.
personally.
I like the story, but if you put believability in there,
I'm sticking with 3. You know what? If it really happened, I'll give him the 3.
4, light 5.
Light 5?
I'm going to go 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go 4 out of 10 on that one. I think I love the details, and I think
I love
agree
the
with Gabe.
detail. The detail is great.
Yeah,
Right.
it was great that he went in depth, but I feel like just a couple of the factors just aren't adding up.
Right.
For me.
Yeah.
And that detail, what I mean when I kept saying like validity, it kind of just adds to the believability because you feel like if you can remember, like
He went
night
into
like that,
depth. Like it really stuck in his brain.
when it's kind of like
Yeah.
traumatizing, you remember more.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like I feel like throwing in that detail kind of,
It really
you
does.
know what I mean, ramps
For
it up.
me,
but
it's like
there's a few things that kind of
there's almost too much detail and not enough concern of
agree.
what's happening at the time
Yeah.
for it to be valid.
Yeah. Same here.
Like the brother getting scratched across the chest, I'd be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
We would have
bro?
been inside at that
Yeah,
point.
bro. I would have been like,
But
"Yo,
here's-
mom,
Here's
my
where it
brother
really
just
gets
got
me.
scratched for no fucking reason." Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
And where it really fucks me up is he goes the third whistle.
Yeah,
He chased it down, did one whistle, heard it back. Did a
Heard it
second
back.
whistle, heard it closer.
heard it back.
And then heard it closer and said, I'm going to do
Oh,
a third
hey,
one,
I should
boys.
probably leave.
Yeah.
No, dude.
Little one
This
time.
whole time while his
first
little brother
one-
is running back into his house to
Right.
get tended to by his mother.
Dude,
Me personally, I mean, either you're a terrible brother or you're like,
terrible brother.
I'm curious about the dark activities
Here's
that
the
are
thing.
going on.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
first
So
whistle.
yeah, fuck my brother. I'm just gonna go kind of.
I'm intrigued.
Investigate what's
Bro,
up.
that's
I'm
the
hearing the
thing.
whistle coming
That's
back.
the thing.
What's going on
Is
over
that
here?
first whistle? You're like it responds
Yeah.
back with the same whistle after the
Yeah.
first one. You're not like,
That's what I'm saying.
what the
It
fuck?
does not make sense.
I could see a second one. Like
The
did
second
I,
one,
Did I just
just-
hear what
yeah.
I
just
heard?
to like, just to be like,
I'm
you
with
know
you.
what?
I'm with you. Yeah,
What,
yeah.
a third
Maybe
time?
that's a coincidence and a fucking
Yeah.
bird.
If he said two
happened to
whistles,
just
Yeah.
like repeat that.
Yeah, if he
Maybe
said-
a second time,
yeah.
repeats a second time.
2 whistles, it would have been a 6. But
Yeah, yeah. I think
No,
doing 3
that's
whistles and then
crazy.
still chilling,
maybe not.
it brings it to a 4.
That's
crazy.
brings it to a 4 for me.
That's crazy.
a 4.
After the third time,
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy.
Final calls.
A 3.
3. Okay, I'll go 4.
Maybe a
I'll go 4. I'll give him benefit of the doubt in some
Benefit
moments.
of the
I'm gonna
doubt.
still call it at 4.
Benefit of the doubt.
If there wasn't this 3 scratches thing and there
This
wasn't
is
a
too much.
third whistle,
It's too much.
it might
It's
be
a fucking
6,
movie now.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go with a 4 probably.
Yeah,
movie.
I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So last Reddit story of the night. So this one's from 2 years ago from J backed on r/no sleep. So she titles it my wife, or he titles it my wife heard a skinwalker in our house last night. That's the title, guys.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
In their house?
I was gonna say, you never know. Don't assume genders. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
I saw you over there.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah. All right. So he goes. Let me start off by saying that my wife doesn't believe in paranormal entities or anything of that nature. We have 3 cats, and one of them likes to be a rebel, jumping onto the counters and meowing at the top of his lungs, just looking for attention.
Awesome.
He does this throughout the night, and it's a regular occurrence. Last night, though, after a few beers and video games, I decided it was time to head to bed with my wife. When I woke up this morning, my wife was basically attached to me with wide eyes and a nervous look on her face. I said, "What's wrong?" And she proceeded to tell me what happened last night. She said around 2:50 in the morning, she was awoken up to a noise that sounded like one of our cats downstairs meowing unusually loud. After giving herself a few seconds to perk up and fully pay attention, she said that the meows started to sound more like a person trying to mimic a cat. And it kept saying, "Hello?" Dude. Fuck.
Gross.
It went from meows to
Hello.
Imagine you're laying in your bed
Yeah.
and you hear meow, meow. And then you're like, all right,
You're
what
like,
the
what
fuck is
the
going
fuck?
on with my cat? And you
Sure.
start
Hello.
you're like 4
Hello?
steps down the stairs and you go, "Hello."
Yeah, nah.
that shit, man.
No.
What the fuck are you doing in that
No.
moment? Because me personally, I'm running right back to my bedroom
No,
and
running
closing
right
the
back to
door.
the bedroom, locking that bitch.
I'm gonna say fuck the cats.
fuck the cats.
Hopefully
If they're
y'all are
dead, they're
good,
dead. I
but
don't give a
I'm chilling in my room for the rest of the night, dude. Fuck that.
Then you expect like a certain level of like security in your house.
Yeah,
Oh.
bro.
Like-
Ooh, I got a story for you.
And a
after this.
skinwalker?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Fuck that,
I got a
dude.
story for you.
So,
after this.
OP continues. After meowing for 2 to 3 minutes, a loud bang came out at our door, and then a notification went off for a motion sensor at our front door. When she told me this, I checked my phone, and sure enough, there was a notification for motion detected at 2:52 a.m. I asked her why she didn't wake me up so I could grab my gun, and she said that she was frozen with fear and didn't want it to hear her and let it make a noise. We're out running errands while I'm typing this, but something made me uncomfortable about her story. Last night, I set the home security alarm around 9 p.m., and we didn't turn it off until we walked the dog this morning. To make things worse, we had slept with all of the animals in the room and the door was closed. So whatever was in our house or outside the front door was not one of our animals. Obviously, the first thing that came to mind was a skinwalker, but maybe I'm just being paranoid. I checked all of the rooms in the house after I got up. I'm not sure what I could have done anyways, but it's very odd that my wife was scared so badly by something she doesn't necessarily believe in. We bought this house brand new, so no one has ever lived here before. When I'm home alone, I do feel like I'm being watched or someone's always walking like directly behind me. And my wife also said that the house has given her chills since we moved in. Something is just off about it. We just got home and I went to hang up one of my shirts in the master bedroom closet when I noticed that the board that covers the attic access has been shifted a little. When I asked my wife about it, she said that she's never been up there and the builders would have placed it back in its original place before we made the purchase. I'm genuinely anxious just thinking about what could be going on. Has anyone had an experience like this? Or similar at least? We're going to my mother-in-law's to get some sage. My wife said burning it should keep whatever's around our house away.
Motherfucker, I'm sending the police up to the attic.
Fuck, man.
That's this one feels realistic to me.
That gives me
Just
like
because it's
a
like more of
seven.
like the up in the air of like this shit's kind of
Okay.
wild, and my wife was freaking the fuck out.
Bottom line, someone's living in your attic.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
so the part that
even if it's just
yeah.
a hobo,
yeah,
being like,
have you guys ever seen that movie too?
meow.
I don't remember the name of the movie.
Hello?
It might be just Attic, but I remember there was this movie where someone was like, some like murderer or some like homeless person was living in like a family's attic and was like stealing their food, and they found out about it, and it like the whole movie goes derailed. I wish I could
That's
remember.
crazy.
If it's not the attic, I swear to God, I'll try to find it and put it up on the screen. But
I think I heard like a lot of Mr. Nightmare stories like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Shout out Mr. Nightmare.
Yo,
I'm just
Mr.
like, the idea-
Nightmare.
yeah,
Go.
shout out Mr.
I
Nightmare.
used to
Go.
watch that shit all the time.
But just the idea that someone is just like, okay, so here's the part that really gets me. When he says all of our pets or animals stay in the room with them with the door shut, it's like, what could cause a motion detector right outside the front door and make sounds inside the house?
At the very best case scenario, a burglar.
Yeah.
Yeah, best case.
That's like,
Best
it
case.
would have been better if it was a burglar.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Best
Yeah.
case
Yeah.
scenario, it's a burglar.
Fuck that, bro.
Because I don't believe he didn't say dogs, right? It was just like
No, I
cats
think
and
You
He
shit.
said
said
cats.
animals, so
Yeah, yeah.
it might be a dog.
But from like the vibe that he was giving off, it seemed like they just own
Just
cats. And it's like you don't really put a cat door in. You mostly put in
No,
like dog
you
doors.
Definitely do not put a cat door.
So it's like, what reason would you have for some kind of sounds being made and motion detected at 2:25 in the morning, which backs. That's the part that kind of helps me confirm the story a little bit. Is like her wife said, or he says that her wife was woken up around 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And the motion detector went off at 2:25 when they checked
Yeah.
later on the next day.
Yeah.
And that's the part that kind of makes me like, it almost pushes it like a 6 to a 7 for
Like
me.
it could be made
7.
up, but like
Yeah.
I'm
Almost
kinda
to a
down with the
7. Almost to a 7
I'm
for
kind of down
me.
with the 7.
Just in
'cause,
the
like-
sense that he was like, I'm looking at my wife, she's looking at me wide-eyed like, what's going on?
Dude, yeah,
Sure.
and like I
And-
could totally see like sitting there like in your bed, right? Your
Yeah.
wife has not slept because she's
Yeah.
been thinking about what the fuck was outside of our door
Yeah.
meowing at 2:30 in the morning, and all of our cats are in our room.
Yeah.
Could totally see that.
Did they
Yeah.
say they accounted for like all their pets being in the room?
They said all their animals
said-
were in the room.
They said word for word. I don't know if they were fully right on this, but they said word for word all of our
All
what
of
Micah
our
just said.
animals
All
were
of our
in the room.
animals were in our room before we went to bed.
Shit.
So that means the door was closed. The cat's not opening the door.
No, and there's no.
if they had a dog, there's no way the dog is opening the
No.
door.
No.
So what is setting off the motion
the dog's not
detector
saying meow anyway.
and making sounds throughout the house?
Yeah,
like they were saying, they said that they heard sounds at the bottom of their stairs, I believe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
they're just
they're
downstairs
They're hearing it.
somewhere.
Yeah, they're hearing it, and there's no way you're hearing sounds
Did
outside
the
of the
wife
door
go
of
outside?
your room.
Did she go outside the bedroom?
I don't believe so. No.
Yeah, no.
She said that she was like frozen in shock and didn't wake up her
Maybe.
husband
Yeah, I was
even.
gonna say.
But the fact that, okay, imagine you're laying there in bed with your wife, right?
Yeah.
You're fast asleep, but your wife wakes up, hears some crazy sounds going on, is in full shock, but somehow manages to go back to bed. And then the next morning, you wake up and your wife is looking at you like this. And you're like, what's going on? And she's like, I heard some crazy shit last night. You need to look into
I
this.
heard
Yeah.
some
Right?
crazy shit last night.
Yeah.
Motion detector says.
So you hear
"Oh,
that?
Something came in like.
This is
2:25
that's
in
what
the
I was
morning."
getting to. So you're laying there and your wife goes, I heard some crazy shit last night. And you're like, okay, Susan.
Okay, Susan, let's calm
You're like,
down.
all right, Susan, let's relax a little bit. And she's like, I swear to God, I heard something downstairs.
2:30 in the morning.
And you're like, okay, let's pretend for a moment I entertain this idea.
Yeah.
And you walk down to your front door or whatever app, right? Maybe let's say you have Ring and you check it.
yeah.
And all of a sudden you look and it says motion detected 2:25 a.m.
2:25? No, I'm.
You
selling
tap
that.
on it, you see, yeah,
God.
you
I'm
tap on
selling
it,
the house.
you hear some wild sounds, but you don't really see anything. And you just look at your wife and she's like, I fucking told you.
I fucking told you.
Me
You
personally,
never listen to
I'd
me.
be like, why the fuck didn't you wake me up?
I'd be like,
That's what
one,
he said. He said,
What?
"Why didn't you
I'd be
wake
like,
me up?
one-
So I grab my gun."
yeah, I'd be like, one in the future, you fucking wake me up, you could have
Yeah.
died.
That's probably
And
what he
two?
said.
Yeah.
He
And
was
two,
like, "Why didn't you wake me up to grab me
Right.
let me grab my gun? What the fuck?"
I'd just be like, don't ever let this shit happen again.
No.
Right. Because
I'd
Skinwalker,
be
burglar,
low-key
whatever,
angry.
something's most likely in the house with
Yeah.
some fucked up shit like that.
Or I'm sweeping that bitch. Rainbow Six Siege, motherfucker.
And the fact that he was saying it might be a Skinwalker,
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
I'd
What was
say
that
out of
part
all
about
the
the attic?
stories,
That was like after all
The attic.
this, and then
So
all
the,
of a sudden,
so the
yeah.
attic, fucking like the panel. Like, have you ever seen? Like,
oh
those, like,
fuck,
super
I
old-
completely forgot about that aspect
Dude.
of the story. So he
Right,
was
right.
saying, he was saying he went in the closet and the attic, the panel for the attic was shifted. It
Yeah,
wasn't flush
shifted.
with the.
So it wasn't
Oh,
flush with the ceiling.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm
It wasn't sitting
I'm
there like
calling the
inserted.
police
It
and
was
I'm
like
sending
someone
them
had
off that
just
bitch.
went up there.
Shit.
I'm calling the police and be like, yo, check
The idea that something is watching
my
me.
attic right now.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. Something watching me while I sleep, that fucks me up more than anything.
Well, so I don't think
the idea that something's sitting there just
usually
being like,
an attic. It's
you know?
not in a room. It's usually in the hallway.
yeah.
So I'm sure like it hasn't been in the room. But
Like
something
he said his
watching
closet. So I'm like,
Did he say his closet?
let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure he said closet.
Because
Fuck that, man. Just
I
the
wouldn't
classic, like,
wouldn't
someone's in my
think
closet
an
fucking
attic.
watching me every night.
Yeah, look at this. Listen. He goes, we just got home and I went to hang up one of my shirts in the master bedroom closet when I noticed that the board that covers the attic access has been shifted a little.
No, that's crazy.
When I asked my wife about it, she said that she's never been up there and the builders would have placed it back in its original
No,
place.
that's wild.
That's what I'm saying. That means it was in their room,
In their
most
room?
likely watching them. It didn't just sit in the closet.
Wait, so then how did it get out?
Some hole through the attic.
To get downstairs.
Dude.
Maybe through the ventilation system.
Yeah, vents is kind of what I was thinking.
Imagine you're laying in bed and you just hear boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, they got to look out for that from now on.
No, that's crazy.
If you
I
hear
would
some of that shit
never
going
have
down-
an attic, I would never have an attic entrance in my own fucking room. That's
Nope.
crazy. Why would you do that?
That
Just how some houses are built.
I put it in the hallway.
My aunt and uncle used to have a house where the attic
but
was
they
right
built
in
the
their closet.
house.
Same thing.
They built the house.
Did they?
I mean, it said that they had builders.
Well, either way, I mean, you shouldn't be expecting any bullshit like that. And
That's
honestly,
crazy.
if you
Yeah.
put the attic door in your own bedroom closet, you're almost like ensuring nobody gets in there without you noticing.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost safer that way.
I guess. But then if you have someone that gets into the attic, because if there's multiple entrances, which I'm sure there are,
Yeah.
if you have multiple entrances of someone getting in the attic, that almost fucks you if someone
Yeah.
enters the house.
Right. If there's a different way to get in, yeah, that'd be fucked.
If that's
Like,
the only way to get in, then I'd be like, okay, I guess.
I'm just like, how safe is a house really, though,
In the
against a
closet,
skinwalker?
though? Like, if you try to get shit up into your
Think about
attic
this.
and you're
At
putting
the end of
shit
the
up-
day, like, we're talking, like, if we're alluding to skinwalkers, right?
Yeah.
These are shape-shifting creatures. It's like you could turn into a mouse,
That, I
All
was
in.
just thinking that.
crawling through somewhere small. Like, dude, I have a fireplace right there. Like, something could easily squeeze down the chimney. All of a sudden, it's in my house.
Yeah.
Peek open the door. I come down the next day and I see that the
The fucking
chim-
thing is moved.
yeah, I see that the fireplace door is open a little bit. I'm
You're
like,
what the fuck?
I know damn well none of us have
I
touched that in the past
know
6 months.
For sure, no one's touched that.
Yeah.
bitch.
But the pod's running long. I'd love to get in this last story.
Yeah.
I know. Was it you that you said you had one more thing you'd like to go over?
I don't think so.
No.
Micah, was I remember one of you guys said that you had one more thing that you had stocked up.
I don't think so.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
so
hear
it
it. Let's
doesn't
hear
it
it.
doesn't pertain to skinwalkers, but we were telling scary stories on a bus one time. It just like reminded me of that.
Yeah, for sure.
So there was this girl. Her parents were away for dinner.
Okay.
And so she was by herself, but she had her dog.
Yeah.
Her dog was in her room. And she was pretty scared, most of the time. But what she would do is she would just put her hand down. Her dog
Yeah.
would lick her hand, be like, "Yeah, I'm here."
Yeah.
She'd be like, "Okay, my dog's here."
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I've heard of this one.
So she was home alone one night.
Yeah.
She had her dog in her room. She put her hand down, lick her hand. She'd be like, "Oh, okay, all right, I'm safe. All the doors are locked.
Yeah.
Whatever." So she's sitting there one night, and in the bathroom, the faucet starts dripping.
Yeah.
She's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. What's going on?
Stands up.
Why would it randomly start dripping out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes over to the bathroom, turns the light out, or just turns the faucet off.
Yeah.
Whatever. Goes back to her bed. She's like, "That was fucking weird."
Something's off about that.
Puts her hand down. Her dog's there. Licks her hand. She's like, "Okay. it's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
The dog's not freaking out."
Oh, I think I've heard this too. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
This was an old
Sitting there.
campfire story.
This is an
when I was a
old
kid.
campfire story for sure.
Yeah.
Licking her hand. She goes, "Okay. Whatever." Faucet starts dripping again. She's like, "What the fuck? What is happening?" opens the door, kind of peeks down, goes into the bathroom, turns it off, goes back. She's like, okay, what the hell is happening? You know what? Maybe I'm just paranoid.
Yeah.
Put my hand down. Licks her hand again. She's going to sleep. She wakes up. She hears that fucking faucet. Faucet's dripping again.
That would drive me crazy, I think.
And she's like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
So she goes in there. She finally turns the lights on. Turns the faucet off.
Her dog's not there.
Turns around, and on the fucking shower wall in blood, it says humans lick too.
What? I don't remember ever hearing that. Oh my God.
The way I heard it was, it's a little bit different. So she goes in that last time to turn the faucet off, and she turns the light on, but the dog is fucking hanging from the ceiling.
That's right. It's
and
hanging
the
from
blood
the
is
ceiling.
what's dripping from the
and
dog.
And the blood is what's dripping
and
from
then
the
written
dog.
on the wall is, dogs aren't the only thing that can lick your hand.
Yeah.
So she goes back in the room, looks under the bed, cut to next morning. Her parents come back to the cops in the yard, and the kid is fucking dead hanging from a tree in the front yard. That's the way I heard it.
Yeah.
Very
I
fucked
forgot about that part. The dog is dripping from the shower.
Yeah.
That's where the dripping noise was coming from.
Yeah. Faucet wasn't on that time. That
Faucet was not
blood from
on
the
that
dog
time.
dripping down.
Holy fuck.
Humans lick too.
It's fucked, man. Very
Are you
old
gonna give me
campfire
nightmares?
story.
Yeah, that's an old one.
Yeah.
I heard that when I was
And I was like, what the fuck?
Just the idea that, like, someone walks into their bathroom and just sees their dog hanging and thought their dog was licking their hand the whole night, but it was...
Oh, dude.
It just says humans can lick too.
Oh, fuck that.
And
I'm dead.
you know there's no way it was your dog anymore.
Nah, I'm dead, bro.
Oh.
I'm dead. Like, that's it.
How do you even go to sleep after that?
Bro, you can't. Your dog's hanging from a shower.
Yeah.
Like, you
She
can't.
goes and looks under the bed.
Bro, best
looking-
case scenario is you lock the door in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And
That's
you
terrifying.
live to morning.
Yeah.
That's best case scenario.
That's crazy.
But
That's
that doesn't
absolutely
make for a
crazy.
good horror story.
No, it
so
doesn't.
here we are. But yeah, dude. Really old
Dude.
campfire stories.
Yeah.
Tala Reinbold told us that story. So it was me, Tala, Dominic Nugents, and Trevor Ulrich. And we
Yeah.
would tell each other
Yeah,
like,
talking about that shit.
yeah, just like horror
Yeah.
stories and stuff.
That's
And
crazy.
that was the one she told me, and that always stuck with me. I was like,
Fucking
what
hell,
the
man.
fuck?
Yeah, that's terrifying.
I was like, bro, we're in 6th grade. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Oh my God, that was in 6th grade.
That story
Yeah.
gets around, man.
Yeah.
I heard that when I was like, it was on like a camping trip with some of my cousins and my other buddies, and we were like, dude, it was like late elementary school,
Yeah, that's
early
crazy.
middle school,
Yeah.
like really early on.
Yeah.
And that's when we heard that, dude. That fucking scarred.
Dude, that
me for
scarred
a
me
while.
for a
Damn.
long fucking
It's
time.
like, dude, that is.
I was like, dude, if I ever hear the faucet dripping, fuck
Yeah.
that noise. Fuck that. I'm locking the door.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. I'd be done.
yeah.
Dude,
Well,
yeah, I haven't heard about that in a long time. And then
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, they were in the bedroom and like fucking woke up.
Yeah.
Like, I need to tell you
That
something.
would terrify me.
And I was like,
yeah.
Yeah, when you started telling that, dude, I was like,
I've heard that story before.
I've
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
that
yeah,
before.
yeah.
That is a throwback.
100%.
I haven't heard that like since elementary
Yeah.
school.
Dude, yeah.
Wow.
Story's crazy.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for this episode of Sidetracked Theories.
Yeah, it was amazing.
We hope to continue this.
Yeah, I really liked
please
it.
comment below if there's anything you'd like us to discuss in any future episodes. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube, of course, as you'd probably be watching this right now. We recently also got the TikTok and shit, I'm fully blanking. I can't even remember. But if you go at Sidetracked T, oh yeah, Twitter,
There you
TikTok and Twitter.
go. Or
go to
X. however you
Sidetracked
wanna-
T, yeah, or X.
Crown, we need that sponsor.
Sponsor,
My
let's
next
come on.
episode.
Yeah.
Love that.
Go to at Sidetracked T, or for the Twitter/X, go to at Sidetracked TW, and you will find us there. Oh yeah, Instagram was what I was.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is also at Sidetracked T as well. But yeah, give us feedback or whatever you're feeling.
Dude, yeah. It was
Otherwise,
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
100%. Yeah, thank you for being here. All right. Peace. Oh, yeah, boys.
Oh,
This
nice.
will be interesting.
Yeah, dude.